Chapter 31 Go to Wuhun Palace. You are listening at NovelDouluo. When concubine Li Chan heard Gu Ziyi's admission, she immediately asked again. I know, they are from Haotian sect. Gu Ziyi did not hide anything and directly said that he knew their identities. So you know. Then why don't you join the Haotian sect where they are? With your unique martial soul and soul skills, I believe it will be no problem even if you want to join the Haotian sect. Concubine Li Chan didn't expect that Gu Ziyi actually knew the identities of the two women, and then curiously asked. That's different. For sects like the Haotian sect, only people from their own sect can be better trained. As an outsider, it's hard for me to get real attention. But Wuhun Hall is different. As long as I show enough value here, I will definitely be able to receive corresponding training. Gu Ziyi smiled slightly, and then answered succinctly. Through these words, Gu Ziyi also made the other party understand that he is a smarter person. So they don't know the effects of your soul skills, right? Sure enough, Gu Ziyi's clear understanding made concubine Li Chan look at Gu Ziyi. Ordinary people would probably choose to join the Haotian sect because of its reputation as the #1 sect in the world. There are indeed many soul masters in the soul master world who want to join the Haotian sect. It's just that although Haotian sect also recruits outsiders, the conditions are very harsh. However, concubine Li Chan understood very well that just as Gu Ziyi said, those who join the Haotian sect did not actually receive corresponding attention. Haotian sect still pays more attention to the cultivation of its own people, not only Haotian sect, but also most other sections. Only their Wuhun Palace is different. As long as they show enough talent, they can get corresponding attention. Yes, I never mentioned it to anyone before joining Wuhun Palace. Gu Ziyi nodded. Why haven't you thought about joining the Spirit Hall before? Concubine Li Chan asked Gu Ziyi another question. Because I didn't know much in places like Lusha City before, and I still don't know much about the power of Wuhun Palace. After arriving in Tiando Imperial Capital, I learned the true situation of Wuhun Palace. I also learned that for people like me who were born as civilians, only Wuhun Palace is the best choice. Gu Ziyi's answer was spotless. It's just that Gu Ziyi was complaining in his heart. Is it necessary to ask so clearly? Smart kid. Sit tight, I'm going to speed up. Concubine Li Chan smiled seductively when she heard this, and then she didn't ask any more questions, but reminded Gu Ziyi. Call. Immediately afterwards, the fiery spirit kite under their feet burst out even faster. A few days later, Gu Ziyi, led by concubine Li Chan, arrived at Wuhun City, the headquarters of Wuhun Palace. Afterwards, concubine Li Chan took Gu Ziyi directly to the sky above Wuhun Palace, and then landed in the Pope's palace from above. His Majesty the Pope, I brought this brat back to you. If there is nothing else, I will go back to my temple. After concubine Li Chan took Gu Ziyi into the Pope's palace, she quickly found Pope Qian Xuanji. Gu Ziyi also saw Qian Xuanji, the Pope of Wuhun Palace. At this time, the blonde man with a handsome appearance and extraordinary temperament can feel an invisible pressure just standing in front of him, so strong. Is this the sense of oppression brought by a strong title Douluo? Or is it the oppression of the Pope? Gu Ziyi was secretly surprised that Qian Xuanji in front of him was definitely the strongest soul master he had ever come into contact with in his life. Although concubine Li Chan was already a contra, the pressure she brought to Gu Ziyi was completely incomparable to Qian Xuanji. Next to Qian Xuanji, there was also a young girl standing quietly. Bibi Dong. Gu Ziyi murmured in his heart, but did not look at the other person carefully, but quickly looked at Qian Xuanji. I have seen His Majesty the Pope. Qian Xuanji hummed lightly and ignored Gu Ziyi for the time being. Instead, he looked at concubine Li Chan and asked with a smile, don't leave in a hurry. How about letting you investigate? Is this kid okay? But when concubine Li Chan asked about Gu Ziyi's situation, she had no intention of avoiding Gu Ziyi. Everything else is fine, but this kid knew two people when he was in the Soul Master Academy. They are both from the Haotian sect. Facing Qian Xuanji's words, concubine Li Chan said directly. People from Haotian sect. Gu Ziyi, since you know people from the Haotian sect, why don't you think of joining the Haotian sect? And the effects of your soul skills, do they know? Qian Xuanji was slightly surprised when he heard this, and then asked Gu Ziyi and concubine Li Chan the same question. His Majesty the Pope. Gu Ziyi had no choice but to say what he said before. Yes, those sects are all sanctimonious people. They only care about their own sect's disciples. Only our spirit hall is the fairest place. After listening to Gu Ziyi's words, Qian Xuanji immediately laughed, appreciating Gu Ziyi's choice very much. That's right, Your Majesty the Pope. Not long ago, two brothers, Tang Xiao and Tang Hao, appeared in the Soul Beast Forest closest to Tianbao Academy, and they took two girls with them. They should be this boy's two female classmates. Concubine Li Chan told Qian Xuanji another thing at this time. Oh. What are the names of those two girls? Qian Xuanji became even more curious. Unexpectedly, two brothers, Tang Xiao and Tang Hao, also appeared. Tang Yuehua and Egret, concubine Li Chan said. What? Tang Yuehua? Are you sure it's one of them named Tang Yuehua? Qiang Sunji stood up in surprise when he heard this. He knew Tang Yuehua, but how could Tang Yuehua appear in an ordinary intermediate Soul Master Academy? His Majesty the Pope, is there any problem with her identity? Concubine Li Chan asked curiously. She is the biological sister of brothers Tang Xiao. I met her a few years ago, when her grandfather brought her to our spirit hall. Qian Xuanji did not hide anything and told concubine Li Chan the identity of Tang Yuehua. As for when Tang Chen brought Tang Yuehua to Wuhun Hall, he naturally came to see his father DouluoDalu for help to check on the problem of Tang Yuehua's inability to practice. Although Tang Chen and DouluoDalu have been rivals for many years, they also cherish each other. They are rivals and friends of a different kind. Gu Ziyi, has your classmate named Tang Yuehua told you her identity? Qian Xuanji still couldn't believe it, so he asked Gu Ziyi again. Yes, the Tang Yuehua I know is the daughter of the leader of the Haotian sect, and the other Egret is Tang Yuehua's cousin. Gu Ziyi didn't expect that Qian Xuanji actually knew Tang Yuehua's name. After thinking about it, there was no need to hide it, so he said it directly. It's really true. Qian Xuanji still felt a little unbelievable that the dignified eldest daughter of the Haotian sect actually went to an ordinary Soul Master Academy. Chapter 32 I Solved It. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Teacher, Tang Xiao and the others took my sister to the Soul Beast Forest to add soul rings to her, right? What level is Tang Yuehua now? At this moment, Bibi Dong, who had been standing quietly beside Qiang Sunji, spoke up. She asked about Tang Yuehua's soul power level. After all, to her, Tang Yuehua was only a few years older than her, and they were considered the same age, so Bibi Dong was very curious about what kind of qualifications this young lady of the Haotian sect had. Donner, you don't know yet? The young lady of the Haotian sect is actually unable to practice, so Tang Xiao and the others should have gone to hunt soul beasts for that cousin. Qiang Sunji smiled when he heard this. Unable to practice, how is this possible? Bibi Dong's eyes widened when he heard this. A little unbelievable, the young lady of the Haotian sect is actually unable to practice. Your Holiness, this is impossible. The girl named Bai Lu is only level 24 now. It's not time to add soul rings. Before Bibi Dong continued to ask Qian Xuanji to clarify, Li Chanfei, who heard Qian Xuanji's words and knew more about Bai Lu, refuted Qian Xuanji's guess. Oh. Are you sure? Then why did the two brothers Tang Xiao take them to the Soul Beast Forest? If the two brothers wanted to add soul rings, they would never go there. Qian Xuanji felt a little unusual when he heard Li Chanfei's words. I'm sure I won't make a mistake. The girl named Bai Lu is only level 24. It's not time to add soul rings. The eldest lady of the Haotian sect was level 9 before. I thought they were going to add soul rings to her. Because Tang Xiao and his friends entered the Soul Beast Forest with the token issued to their sect by our Wuhun Hall, I don't know the specific situation. Li Chanfei answered again. Under normal circumstances, Soul Masters need to apply to the Spirit Hall in advance to enter the Spirit Beast Forest where the Spirit Hall raises captive beasts, and can only enter after the Spirit Hall approves it. If Tang Xiao and his team entered through application, Li Chanfei would definitely know who they went in to hunt spirit rings for. Unfortunately, it was not the case, so she didn't know. Your Highness, Tang Xiao and his team did go there to add spirit rings to Tang Yuehua. That at this moment, Ziyi spoke up and directly said that Tang Yuehua could already add spirit rings. This was not because Ziyi wanted to betray Tang Yuehua, but there was no need to conceal this matter. The Spirit Hall could not do this, and that just because the Haotian sect had an extra genius with a level 9 innate spirit power who could practice, the Spirit Hall directly announced that it had accepted a genius like Bibi Dong, and if Ziyi didn't say it at this time, what if the Haotian sect told it one day? So Ziyi might as well say it now, and at the same time, he could further demonstrate his value. In addition to his special spirit, his wisdom was also extraordinary. What? You mean Tang Yuehua can practice? Qiang Sunji looked at Ziyi in surprise when he heard what Ziyi said. He wanted to confirm whether it was true, because this matter was too shocking. You know, the problem of Tang Yuehua's inability to practice is something that even his father couldn't solve. Yes, Your Holiness. Ziyi nodded affirmatively, and then continued, and I helped her solve her practice problem. What? Are you telling the truth? Shua. At some point, Qiang Sunji's figure came directly in front of Ziyi, and his right hand was directly on Ziyi's body. When he heard that the problem of Tang Yuehua's inability to practice was solved by Ziyi in front of him, he was even more shocked than when he heard that Tang Yuehua could practice. Qiang Sunji's reaction shocked Li Chanfei. Although he didn't know why the eldest lady of Haotian sect couldn't practice, the problem must be not simple, at least from the reaction of Pope Qiang Sunji, but such a complicated problem was solved by Ziyi. She was really curious about why Tang Yuehua couldn't practice and how Ziyi solved it. In addition to Li Chanfei, there was another person who was also very curious about this. Bibi Dong also looked at Ziyi with a pair of big eyes. Yes, Your Holiness. Ziyi admitted it again without any guilt. Then tell me in detail how you helped her solve the problem of not being able to practice. Qiang Sunji still felt a little unbelievable, and then asked Ziyi to explain in detail. Okay, Your Holiness. Ziyi was not stage frightened and began to explain. Tang Yuehua's martial soul is a mutation of the clear sky hammer, and her innate soul power is level 9, but she can't cultivate. This situation is unique in Douluo continent and shouldn't happen. So I suspected that there was something else special about Tang Yuehua, and then I learned that when Tang Yuehua awakened her martial soul, she also awakened her talent domain at the same time. Ziyi didn't start with how he knew Tang Yuehua and the others, he just talked about Tang Yuehua's martial soul. When they heard Ziyi say that Tang Yuehua awakened her martial soul and her talent domain at the same time, Li Chanfei and Bibi Dong were very surprised. Only Qian Xuanji's expression remained unchanged. Obviously he knew, but after hearing that Ziyi knew all this, he began to believe that Ziyi really understood Tang Yuehua's situation. Ziyi then continued to explain, telling how he analyzed Tang Yuehua's problem of being unable to practice. In the end, Tang Yuehua successfully found a way to practice based on his analysis and suggestions. In the field of talent, the problem actually appears in her field of talent. After hearing Ziyi tell the key, Qian Xuanji's eyes widened instantly. Like the leader of the Haotian sect, Qian Xuanji instantly felt like he could see the sun from the clouds after listening to Ziyi's words, combined with the fact that Tang Xiao and the others took Tang Yuehua and the others to the Soul Beast Forest. He finally believed that Tang Yuehua's cultivation problem was solved. However, he remains doubtful for the time being whether Tang Yuehua's problem was analyzed by him as Gu. Ziyi said, "It's unbelievable that the problem of being unable to practice actually occurs in the field of talent." Concubine Li Chan was also amazed. She knew how difficult it was, and she felt that if she were asked to find out why Tang Yuehua couldn't practice, she might never find it. Is it great? Only Bibi Dong was not sure about the weight of it at the moment. She only felt that the teacher's reaction was a little too big. Chapter 33. So that's it. You are listening at NovelFold.audio. Did you really analyze this problem? Qiang Sunji looked at Ziyi and asked again. While speaking, Qiang Sunji looked directly at Ziyi with a pair of sharp eyes. It's true. Before Tang Xiao and the others took Tang Yuehua away, they also gave me a gift on behalf of Haotian sect as a thank you. Ziyi nodded, and then took out the small box containing the soul bone from his arms. It's this soul bone. Ziyi continued, opening the box at the same time. Ziyi was not afraid of what would happen if he took out the soul bone. If Qiangxunji was thinking about his soul bone, it would be funny. If he really wanted it, then just give it to him. However, Ziyi believed that Qiangxunji was not so hungry that he would eat anything. The green light projected out, and the appearance of the soul bone soon appeared in the eyes of Qiangxunji and the other two. Soul bone. It's actually a soul bone. Seeing the soul bone that Ziyi took out, Qiangxunji, Li Chanfei and Bibi Dong were all a little surprised. Is Haotian sect so willing to give it up? He actually gave a soul bone to Ziyi. They believed that Ziyi could not lie to them about this matter, because according to their understanding of Ziyi had no chance of obtaining a soul bone by himself, but if it was given to Ziyi by Haotian sect as a thank you, then it made sense. Okay, good, I now believe that you really did it, otherwise Haotian sect would not have produced a soul bone. That after being surprised, Qiangxunji also smiled and patted Ziyi on the shoulder. He now really believed that it was Ziyi who did it, but he also saw that the soul bone in Ziyi's hand was not of high quality, only about 2,000 or 3,000 years old, maybe for ordinary soul masters. A soul bone of 2,000 years of quality is indeed a priceless treasure, but in the eyes of real strong people, such soul bones are not good enough. It is precious enough, but the quality is too low. It is a pity to throw it away if it is tasteless. Why did you keep this soul bone without absorbing it? That then Qiangxunji tried to ask Ziyi. He wanted to see if Ziyi also looked down on this soul bone. It was certain that he would not absorb nor let Bibi Dong absorb this quality of soul bone, but Ziyi did not absorb it after obtaining the soul bone, which made him look at it differently. The quality is too low, and I plan to use it for research, so I have not absorbed it. Ziyi said the truth. Yes, you have ambition. Haotian sect is really stingy. Taking out a soul bone of this quality is far less than your kindness to them, Haotian sect. Qiangxunji praised Ziyi again after hearing this, and did not forget to belittle Haotian sect. What are you going to study with it? Qiangxunji asked one more question at the end. If it was before, he would not be curious, but after understanding Ziyi's intelligence through the previous understanding, he could not help but ask one more question. I plan to try to understand the soul skills in the soul bone, and then create it myself. Or integrate it into my martial soul, Ziyi said bluntly. Researching self-created soul skills is good, but researching self-created soul skills is not that simple. Self-created soul skills need to be developed according to the characteristics of one's own martial soul. Qiangxunji appreciated Ziyi's idea. There are soul masters in their martial soul hall who specialize in researching self-created soul skills, but the results are average. At present, no powerful self-created soul skills have been developed. However, he did not discourage Ziyi's enthusiasm, and let Ziyi play. Anyway, Ziyi is not his disciple, and his talent is just like that. It may be better to let him tinker with other things than to practice hard. So it is necessary to combine the characteristics of one's own martial soul. Thank you, His Holiness, for your guidance. Ziyi pretended to have his eyes brightened when he heard this, and then thanked excitedly. Well, put your soul bone away. Ziyi's performance made Qiangxunji nod again, and then turned around and waved to Bibi Dong. Dong'er, come here. Yes, teacher. Bibi Dong responded and ran over. When Bibi Dong came over, Qiangxunji glanced at Li Chanfei again and signaled with his eyes. Your Holiness, I will go back first if there is nothing else. Li Chanfei understood immediately and hurriedly took her leave. Qiangxunji hummed softly. Ziyi, this is my disciple Bibi Dong, and also the saint of our spirit hall. After Li Chanfei left, Qiangxunji first introduced Bibi Dong to Ziyi. In the second year after accepting Bibi Dong, Qiangxunji, who was very satisfied with Bibi Dong, directly announced that Bibi Dong became the saint of the spirit hall. Your Highness the saint, Ziyi said hurriedly. Bibi Dong responded and looked at Ziyi curiously without saying much. Teacher, why did you call me here? Bibi Dong was just curious why the teacher called her. Ziyi, you are using your soul skills on us now. Qiang Sunji rubbed Bibi Dong's head lovingly, and then said to Ziyi, he was planning to let Ziyi stay here to assist Bibi Dong in her training, so naturally he had to test the effect of Ziyi's soul skills on Bibi Dong's assistance. He also wanted to experience Ziyi's soul skills. Okay, Your Holiness. Ziyi knew what Qiang Sunji meant, and he didn't waste any words after hearing it, and directly summoned his martial soul. At the same time, Ziyi's white soul ring also appeared. Seeing the white soul ring on Ziyi, Qiang Sunji knew it long ago and didn't care. Seeing this, Bibi Dong's eyes flashed with a trace of surprise, and then secretly disliked it. Before, Ziyi's performance that was constantly praised by the teacher made her mistakenly think that Ziyi was very powerful, but it turned out to be just like this. First soul skill purifying heart mantra. Buzz. Ziyi didn't know Bibi Dong's dislike in her heart. After summoning the martial soul and soul ring, he directly used his first soul skill and condensed 2 purifying heart mantra talismans at the same time. Seeing Ziyi's hand, Qiang Sunji's eyes lit up again. Food and props type auxiliary martial souls are usually summoned one by one. Ziyi can summon 2 at the same time, which shows that Ziyi has a great grasp of his first soul skill. At this time, Ziyi summoned 2 talismans of the heart purification mantra, which were caught in Ziyi's hands and thrown at Qiang Sunji and Bibi Dong respectively. Whoosh, whoosh. Knowing that this was Ziyi's auxiliary soul skill, Qiang Sunji and Bibi Dong did not resist. The 2 heart purification mantra talismans quickly stuck to the 2 people and finally melted away. Qiang Sunji and Bibi Dong also felt the effect of the heart purification mantra talisman for the first time. Qiang Sunji carefully experienced it and felt that it was quite good. Not to mention the effect of assisting cultivation, the effect of refreshing people's minds and becoming calmer was very good. So this is the effect, no wonder it can help people cultivate. DongI'm, try to practice meditation now. Qiang Sunji praised, and then asked Bibi Dong to practice soul power. Chapter 34 Accepted as a Disciple. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Is teacher. Although full of questions, Bibi Dong didn't ask anything in the state of the purifying mantra, and was very obedient and just started meditating on the spot. Soon, Bibi Dong entered a state of cultivation, entering the cultivation state much faster than usual. Qian Xuanji clearly noticed this and nodded again in his mind, then carefully observed Bibi Dong's training. With Qian Xuanji's current cultivation level, he could judge Bibi Dong's cultivation status at this time based on the energy flow around Bibi Dong's body. He was also very satisfied with the result. Bibi Dong's cultivation speed increased by about half under Ziyi's mind-purifying spell state. In this way, Bibi Dong will have more time to study other things every day. A few minutes later, Qian Xuanji felt that the state of the purifying heart spell on his body disappeared. Qian Xuanji was not disappointed. It was remarkable that Ziyi's first soul skill could actually work on him for a few minutes. After personally experiencing Ziyi's first soul skill, he was extremely satisfied, because he discovered that Ziyi's first soul skill, in addition to assisting in the cultivation of soul power, was also very useful in other places. This is an unexpected surprise. Originally, when he brought Ziyi back, he just planned to let Ziyi provide soul skill blessings to Bibi Dong at a fixed time every day to help Bibi Dong practice faster, but now he had other ideas, because in addition to cultivating soul power, Ziyi's soul skills can also provide powerful assistance in Bibi Dong's learning. Whether it is used to learn martial arts knowledge, fighting skills, or other things, it has miraculous effects. In this case, he would have to make good arrangements for Ziyi. Qian Xuanji felt a little regretful. It would be great if Ziyi's talent was also very good, so that he could take advantage of the situation and accept Ziyi as his disciple. In this way, Ziyi can practice and study with Bibi Dong, and can use his soul skills to assist Bibi Dong at any time, but it doesn't seem impossible. Qian Xuanji's heart suddenly moved. It seems that there is no benefit in accepting Ziyi's words. In this way, it can just show the fairness and impartiality of their Wuhun palace. Not only people with outstanding talents can become the disciples of the Pope, but also those with average talents. Anyway, he won't lose anything by accepting Ziyi, and he also respected wise men. From Ziyi, he saw the possibility of becoming a wise man. Gu Zi, are you willing to be my disciple? After weighing it in his mind, Qian Xuanji looked at Gu Zi and spoke. What? Gu Zi was really shocked when he heard Qian Xuanji's words. He never expected that Qian Xuanji would actually accept him as his disciple. When he was preparing to join Wuhun Hall, he was thinking of getting more benefits from Bibi Dong, but no matter how great the benefits were, they couldn't compare to becoming Qian Xuanji's disciple. Although Qian Xuanji's image in the original work is not good, or there is no image at all, after all, he has his own disciple in a secret room, and it would be an understatement to call him a scumbag, but that is all for the future, and it is not certain whether it will happen again. As long as Bibi Dong didn't run away, it would be impossible for Qian Xuanji to do such shameless and despicable things under normal circumstances, and with his intrusion, not to mention dating Bibi Dong, at least. Disturbing Bibi Dong in Yushaojiang would be fine. As for Qian Xuanji's pursuit of A'in, that's not a big deal. There is a difference between humans and animals. From Qian Xuanji's point of view, knowing that the soul beast has transformed into human beings and not eradicating it is a big problem. As for what A'in said, after reaching the maturity stage of level 60, you will become a real human being. Who dares to take it seriously? Disciple Gu Zi, meet the teacher. After reacting, Gu Zi immediately changed his name to teacher with a look of excitement and surprise. No matter what Qian Xuanji thinks, he just needs to decide on his identity first. Okay. From today on, you are also my disciple. Qian Xuanji was also very satisfied with Gu Zi's reaction. Is teacher, Gu Zi said excitedly. He was really excited now. No matter what purpose Qian Xuanji had in accepting him as his disciple, this identity was real. Teacher, why did you accept him as your disciple? What qualifications does a person with such poor talent have to become a teacher's disciple? At this time, Bibi Dong, who had been practicing, stood up and asked Qian Xuanji with some dissatisfaction. At the same time, he looked at Gu Zi angrily. This person is so annoying. He actually tried to steal my teacher from me. DongI'm, don't be rude. Gu Zi can be favored by the teacher, so naturally he is favored by the teacher. Qian Xuanji slightly scolded Bibi Dong, but his tone was not harsh, more like he was explaining to Bibi Dong. Is teacher. Although Bibi Dong was very reluctant, she still nodded. Seeing Bibi Dong's appearance, Qian Xuanji smiled hoarsely, and then continued. Gu Zi started relatively late, so since you are a senior sister, you have to act like a senior sister. Hearing Qian Xuanji's words, Gu Zi, who was just watching the show, suddenly became embarrassed. This seems to be the case. Bibi Dong is 4 years younger than me. Do I really want to call her senior sister? Well, hello, little senior sister. After just a moment of hesitation, Gu Zi quickly changed her name to Bibi Dong as senior sister. I just added a small word in front of it tentatively. Senior sister is just senior sister. You are not allowed to call me little senior sister. Why am I so young? Bibi Dong was indeed not happy when he heard this. She pouted and scolded Gu Zi, and raised her head after speaking. Yes, senior sister. Seeing that he had no choice, Gu Zi could only smile bitterly and change her name to senior sister. That's pretty much it. Bibi Dong then snorted with satisfaction, extremely arrogant. Gu Zi really didn't expect that Bibi Dong's character would be like this when he was a child. Wasn't she supposed to be very gentle when she was young? Huh, okay. Qian Xuanji smiled when he saw this, and then said to Gu Zi, teacher, let's call you Xiaoyi from now on. Starting tomorrow, you will practice and study with your senior sister. I hope you will not disappoint the teacher. Gu Zi responded, yes, teacher. Qian Xuanji nodded with satisfaction, then called a deacon in and asked him to take Gu Zi down to settle down first. Teacher, his talent is so poor, why do you want to accept him as your disciple? After Gu Zi left, Bibi Dong couldn't help but ask Qian Xuanji the previous question. My good disciple, the teacher is doing this all for you. Qiang Sunji immediately laughed when he heard this. Chapter 35 Anyway, I made a profit. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. For me. Why? Bibi Dong asked curiously. Have you experienced his soul skills before? Is the speed of practice much faster, and can you enter a meditative state quickly during practice? Qian Xuanji said calmly. Bibi Dong nodded repeatedly. Not only that, his soul skills can increase speed when used in soul power cultivation, and they can also be used in other aspects. Whether it's learning fighting skills or martial arts knowledge. Especially martial arts knowledge. Haven't you always hated learning martial arts knowledge? With the help of his soul skills, you won't feel bored and unable to learn anymore, Qian Xuanji continued. Is it really possible? Bibi Dong's delicate little face was suddenly filled with surprise after hearing this. Learning martial arts knowledge is really annoying. Of course, with the help of that soul skill, no matter what my good disciple learns, it will become easier. So the teacher plans to let him help you study and practice all the time. In this way, he will stay by your side for a long time, and in disguise, he will often get the teacher's guidance. In this case, the teacher might as well just accept him as a disciple, Qian Xuanji continued. It's just that there are some things he didn't say, that is, if he does this, he can make Ziyi more loyal to Wuhun Palace. I have actually become Qian Xuanji's disciple. After settling down, Ziyi was still a little unbelievable that he actually became Qian Xuanji's apprentice. Good things are indeed good things. Just thinking about Qian Xuanji's performance in the original work, Ziyi still feels a little uncomfortable. This is a scumbag. No matter what, I've made a lot of money. Besides, Qian Xuanji may not be a scumbag. In the original work, he was just made mad by Bibi Dong and had no choice but to do such extreme things to Bibi Dong. From what I saw today, Qian Xuanji is still a very decent pope. But people should not be judged by their appearance. I'd better be careful and work hard to improve myself. After thinking about it like this, Ziyi stopped thinking about it and started practicing. Father, after Qian Xuanji finished teaching Bibi Dong, he came to the worship hall where his father was. What's up? DongI'm, who was sitting quietly under the statue of the angel god, slowly opened his eyes. Father, I have accepted another disciple today, Qian Xuanji said. Oh. What kind of qualifications have you chosen this time? When DouluoDalu heard this, he suddenly became interested. He was still very satisfied with Bibi Dong that Qian Xuanji accepted, not to mention the innate soul power. They are also twin martial souls. The only thing that made him feel unsatisfied was Bibi Dong's martial spirit. Both the Death Spider Emperor and the Soul-Eating Spider Emperor tended towards darkness. Father, the disciple I accepted this time is just a kid with level 1 innate soul power. Qian Xuanji looked at DouluoDalu's expression and said with a smile. He knew that his father would be surprised after hearing this. Sure enough, after hearing Qian Xuanji's words, DouluoDalu's calm eyes showed a trace of surprise. Is there anything special about him? Yes, father. His martial soul and soul skills are quite special. Qian Xuanji smiled and nodded, and then explained Ziyi's situation. I see, this kind of ability is really good. You accept him to better train Bibi Dong, right? After DouluoDalu listened, he immediately understood why Qian Xuanji accepted Ziyi. Everything is for his most precious disciple. Father is right to say that, but there is indeed something about this boy Ziyi that makes me satisfied. Father, you still remember the granddaughter that Senior Tang Chen brought, right? Qian Xuanji didn't refute what DouluoDalu said. It was true, but he didn't forget to mention Ziyi's advantages. This was what he really wanted to talk to DouluoDalu when he came here today. Of course, what happened to the little girl? DouluoDalu nodded slightly. Naturally he would not forget it. That little girl can practice now. Chihiroji gets right to the point. What did you say? Then the little girl can practice. After hearing Qian Xuanji's words, DouluoDalu's eyes widened a little. This incident really surprised him. Is the fact that the little girl can practice related to your new disciple? At the same time, DouluoDalu was also very keenly aware that the things Tang Yuehua was able to cultivate were related to Ziyi, otherwise Qian Xuanji would not have been able to talk about it. Yes, father. Qian Xuanji was also surprised when he saw his father, and Qian Xuanji expressed his satisfaction, and then told DouluoDalu the details of the matter. Buzz. The talent field is actually because of the talent field. After learning the truth that Tang Yuehua was unable to practice, Douluo also felt a wave of soul power. Obviously Douluo was also shocked by this truth, not because the truth is too complicated, but because it's too simple. It was precisely because the truth was so simple that he was shocked. Yes, your new disciple is indeed outstanding. Immediately, Douluo also praised Ziyi. Now that you have accepted him as a disciple, let's cultivate him well. Finally, Douluo did not forget to mention his son. He felt that Ziyi could still be cultivated carefully. Yes, father. Qian Xuanji quickly responded. After reporting to his father, Qian Xuanji left quickly. Nowadays, the juniors are getting more and more powerful. Looking at Qian Xuanji's disappearing figure, Douluo sighed. Tang Yuehua's level 9 innate soul power plus innate domain, and Bibi Dong's full innate soul power plus twin martial arts all made him feel like he was old. The future belongs to young people. I don't know when this kid will be able to continue the excellent bloodline for our Qianjia family. Douluo then complained about his son. In the past, when Qian Xuanji was still young, he had wholeheartedly urged Qian Xuanji to practice and not let some messy things distract Qian Xuanji. Qian Xuanji also lived up to his expectations and broke through to the title Douluo before he was 50, however, at this time, Qian Xuanji didn't have any thoughts of finding a serious woman, and Douluo became a little anxious, but he was embarrassed to urge him. After all, he was the one who asked Qian Xuanji to concentrate on training before. No, he should be reminded to find a suitable woman to continue his bloodline. In the past, Douluo felt that there was no rush. Qian Xuanji was already a titled Douluo and there would be plenty of time in the future. He would always meet a suitable woman that he liked, but now Douluo suddenly felt that if he didn't remind him, Qian Xuanji would have forgotten to find a woman suitable to continue the Qianjia bloodline. Chapter 36 Personal Teaching. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Xiaoyi, these are the best advanced meditations in our spirit hall. Try practicing them and see which one is more suitable for your physique. After you choose, you can use it to practice in the future, and the speed will be faster. The next day, Qiangsunji gave Ziyi 4 sets of advanced meditations. Yes, teacher. Ziyi did not refuse and took them immediately. Although he created a set of advanced meditations by himself, he was also very curious about the advanced meditations of Douluo continent. Now Qiangsunji actually took out 4 sets for him to choose from at once, which can only be said to be worthy of the spirit hall. So when practicing soul power with Bibi Dong, Ziyi began to try to practice the several sets of advanced meditations given by Qiangsunji. For Ziyi, who has already created a set of advanced meditations, it may not be so easy to create another set, but it is still easy to practice the advanced meditations in the secret book, not to mention that Ziyi also blessed himself with the heart purification mantra to assist. So soon, Ziyi mastered one of the advanced meditations, Buzz. During the practice, Ziyi found that this set of advanced meditation was obviously much more advanced than his own, and it absorbed soul power much faster. Ziyi didn't think much about it. It was already very good that he could create a set of advanced meditation. It was impossible to easily surpass the advanced meditation that those sects had inherited for many years, unless he understood the inner strength. While practicing, Ziyi compared the difference between the two and realized something. He pursued how to operate comfortably before, but now it seems that it is obviously not right. Just like a man, it is right to pursue comfort, but you can't just pursue comfort. You also have to pursue durability. The advanced meditation of the spirit hall is much more perfect than his own creation. After a little evaluation in his mind, Ziyi immediately shifted his attention, because whether the advanced meditation of the spirit hall is more powerful than his own creation, Ziyi doesn't care at all. What he cares about is whether other advanced meditations can also improve the quality of his soul ring. So Ziyi continued to practice while focusing on the changes in his body. With this attention, Ziyi soon discovered that the advanced meditation he was practicing now actually had the ability to improve his soul ring, and the effect was even better. Ziyi then tried 3 other sets of advanced meditations, and the results were no exception. Although the effects were different, they all improved the quality of Ziyi's soul ring. So it seems that other advanced meditations should be okay. Then after excluding the uniqueness of my own advanced meditation, the only possibility that other soul masters in Douluo continent cannot improve the quality of their soul rings is that their soul rings are not condensed by themselves. Only soul rings condensed by soul masters themselves can be improved through advanced meditation. In the state of the purifying heart mantra, Ziyi was not too shocked, but quickly made an analysis. Then Ziyi thought of Tang San's self-condensed soul ring in the original work, but Tang San did not find that the quality of the soul ring could be improved. Then there are two possibilities. Either Tang San's fifth soul ring is not a self-condensed soul ring, after all, it was condensed by absorbing a large amount of blue-silver grass energy after Tang San awakened the blue-silver emperor bloodline. Either all the soul rings on the body must be self-condensed soul rings. As long as there is one soul ring that is not self-condensed, then the advanced meditation technique will no longer have the ability to improve the soul ring, and it will be blocked by the soul ring of the soul beast. Also, after the 100,000-year soul beast transformed, whether it was Yin or Xiao Wu, their first 6 soul rings were self-condensed, but they didn't find it. Either the soul beast is a soul beast after all, different from humans. Either the soul beast and the human soul master's cultivation method are different after the transformation. Their cultivation method is very unique. After the soul beast transforms, it must enter the human society and must constantly contact humans. As for their soul rings, it is better to say that they are extracted from the soul rings rather than from cultivation. After all, they themselves contain the energy of the 100,000-year soul beast. Their way of cultivation is to constantly continuously contact humans to obtain some kind of improvement, and when the conditions are met, they can continuously extract the energy contained in themselves. After reaching level 60, they enter the mature stage. It is said that they have completely become human beings. There is no soul beast breath on their bodies. It is better to say that the energy of the 100,000-year soul beast has been extracted and transformed cleanly, so there is no soul beast breath, and the title Douluo cannot find her true body. But as long as they are killed, soul rings and soul bones will still explode, so no matter whether they are transformed into humans or not, they are still soul beasts in essence. Ziyi analyzed in his heart, what exactly is the situation, and he will have to wait until he has the opportunity to study it carefully in the future to understand, but now Ziyi can be sure that the advanced meditation technique combined with the self-condensed soul ring can improve the quality of the self-condensed soul ring. Now Ziyi has only one question. Have the soul masters on the Douluo continent never condensed soul rings? Have they discovered that self-condensed soul rings can improve the quality of soul rings? Or is it that only he is special and only he can do it? After all, Ziyi always felt that his martial soul shouldn't be so ordinary, and his soul skills also proved that his martial soul was extraordinary, but for some reason, his innate soul power was only level 1 after awakening. With these questions in mind, Ziyi also chose one that was more suitable for him among the several sets of advanced meditation techniques given by Qian Xuanji. Regardless of the speed of cultivation or the improvement of the quality of the soul ring, it is the one with the best effect. What Ziyi didn't expect was that Qian Xuanji would be teaching the next course on martial arts knowledge. How much do you love Bibi Dong? Even the martial arts knowledge was taught personally. Teacher, why do we as soul masters need to absorb the soul rings of soul beasts in our training? What if one day we kill all the soul beasts? Won't people in the future be unable to practice? Can't we soul masters condense our own soul rings? So in the martial arts knowledge class, after Qian Xuanji finished what he was taught today, Ziyi also took the opportunity to ask Qian Xuanji a few questions. Ziyi didn't have time to look at the library in Wuhun Palace, so he simply asked Qian Xuanji first. He must know more. If I really go to the Wuhun Palace Capital Library to look for records in this regard, it will definitely take a lot of time and effort, and I may not be able to find them. Bibi Dong on the side suddenly widened her eyes after hearing these questions from Ziyi. She only found Ziyi's questions interesting. These were things she had never thought about. Yes, teacher. Why is that? Bibi Dong, who was interested, immediately raised his head and asked Qian Xuanji. Chapter 37, so that's it. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Xiaoyi, your question is very good. Many soul masters only know how to practice according to the path of their predecessors, but they never think about why. Not many people in the soul master world know the questions you asked, but I happen to know a little bit, teacher. Qian Xuanji praised Ziyi at this time, and then said with a smile. Ziyi suddenly became energetic when he heard that Qian Xuanji actually knew. Teacher, tell me quickly. Bibi Dong immediately urged her. Ziyi suddenly realized that it would be great to have Bibi Dong next to her, she was simply the best substitute. As to why we soul masters need to absorb the soul rings of soul beasts, it's not just to improve soul power and soul skills, but mainly to evolve the martial soul. As for soul masters condensing soul rings by themselves, it has been so long ago that the records are not very clear. I only know that hundreds of thousands of years ago, there were individual soul masters who invented their own methods of condensing soul rings through exploration. It's just that soul masters, most of the soul rings I have condensed have no soul skills, and the quality of the soul rings is too low, far inferior to those hunted by soul beasts. What's more important is that condensing soul rings by yourself cannot bring evolution to the martial soul. So gradually there are no more soul masters who can condense soul rings by themselves. As for the method of condensing soul rings, it has been lost long ago. Facts have proven that this is also the right choice, because hundreds of thousands of years ago, the quality of soul masters' martial souls was not as strong as it is now. The various powerful martial spirits now are gradually passed down by generations of soul masters after they evolved by absorbing soul beast soul rings. Qian Xuanji's simple narration quickly gave Ziyi and Bibi Dong a clear understanding. It feels like witnessing history. Another inexplicable shock. It was as if I could see countless predecessors working hard for the development of Wuhun. Ziyi was even more awestruck. It turned out that the most important thing about absorbing the soul beast soul ring was for the evolution of the martial soul. It turns out that there were soul masters who created soul rings before, but they were eliminated later, so was it wrong for him to create his own soul ring? No. The quality of self-condensing soul rings can be improved, and in the long run they will not be inferior to soul beast soul rings. I see, the teacher is really amazing. Ziyi pretended to look at Qian Xuanji with admiration, and then asked another question. Teacher, I have another question. When did the advanced meditation technique appear? Has it always existed before? Advanced meditation? That's not true. The emergence of advanced meditation is relatively recent to us. It was only developed thousands of years ago. Qian Xuanji smiled slightly when he heard this, and then answered Ziyi's question easily. No wonder the method of self-condensing soul rings has been lost. It turns out that there was no advanced meditation technique at that time, so those soul masters who succeeded in self-condensing soul rings did not know that they could improve the quality of soul rings. Hearing Qian Xuanji's words, Ziyi breathed a long sigh of relief and finally understood. Without the emergence of advanced meditation techniques, the self-condensing soul ring would obviously be the wrong path. But we are no longer in ancient times. The times are developing, and the roads that were once impossible are now possible. Ziyi even had a feeling, the efforts of so many generations in the past, the continuous development and evolution of martial spirits, have resulted in so many powerful martial spirits in this era. It can be said that except for those low-quality martial spirits, other martial spirits have already developed relatively maturely. At this time, those high-quality martial souls will definitely not be without soul skills if they go to the soul-condensing ring again, especially the two martial spirits that Ziyi knew, Qibao Glazed Pagoda and Jiuxin Haitang. No matter what kind of soul beast soul rings they absorbed, these two martial souls would obtain the same soul skills. In other words, they no longer need to absorb anything from the soul beast soul ring. It is enough to simply absorb the energy from the soul beast soul ring. Therefore, if these high-quality martial spirits have self-condensing soul rings, they must have soul skills. This type of high-quality Wuhun Palace soul master will be better equipped with self-condensing soul rings, because self-condensing soul rings can better control soul skills and improve the quality of soul rings. As long as the quality of soul rings is improved in the later stage, it will definitely have a better future than absorbing soul beast soul rings, especially for those top-level martial souls that have evolved to the extreme. absorbing soul beast soul rings can no longer bring much evolution to their martial souls except adding soul skills with different characteristics to their martial souls. When the road of seeking outside comes to an end, it is time to turn to seeking within. Extract the characteristics of your own martial soul, strengthen yourself, purify yourself, and seek new breakthroughs based on yourself. Ziyi became even more convinced of this after browsing a large number of records collected by Wuhun Palace. There have been batches of top martial arts spirits in the past, but in the end, no top martial soul can be passed down forever, because their martial soul evolution has reached its extreme. They need to seek breakthroughs from themselves. If they absorb soul beast soul rings, it will not be conducive to the evolution of the martial soul. It may even lead to a decline in the quality of future generations' martial souls due to incompatibility with their own martial souls. Of course, God-given martial souls are another matter. It seems that my martial soul is indeed not simple. To be able to possess soul skills and such special soul skills, the martial soul itself must not be simple. Ziyi once again affirmed the specialness of his martial soul, but for some reason, when he first awakened, his innate soul power was level 1. There was no martial spirit like Fu Lu before. It must have been mutated. Is it because of my time travel that the original paper spirit mutated into the talisman? Did I bring the talisman spirit? If this is the case, it can be explained. My soul is quite special, and it is possible that my martial soul will mutate. And it is very possible that the paper martial spirit of the original owner of this body is a useless martial spirit without soul power. Then I awakened the martial soul on the first day after waking up, and my martial soul has not been able to absorb enough soul power to develop completely. That's why my innate soul power is only level 1. Hey, if this is really the case, I would rather wake up a year later. After confirming that his martial soul was extraordinary, Ziyi somewhat understood why his innate soul power was so low. Also, why is the quality of the martial spirit so low? Because it has not yet fully developed, and it can even be said to have been awakened just after birth. Why do the natives here wait until they are 6 years old before awakening their martial spirits? It must be needed to grow. As for why his first soul skill is a Taoist skill like the purifying mantra, Ziyi doesn't know yet. I was not a Taoist priest in my previous life, so I only know that talismans are used by Taoist priests. Chapter 38 The News Spreads. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Xiao Yi, you are an auxiliary soul master. You don't need to pay too much attention to your fighting skills. What you need is how to survive in the battle. So I will first teach you a set of self-created soul skills, Soul Shield. After the course on martial arts knowledge, Qian Xuanji taught Ziyi a set of self-created soul skills. Without using a soul ring, he could mobilize the soul power in his body to form a shield to protect himself. Ziyi was not surprised at all that Wuhundian also had self-created soul skills, compared to Tang San's black jade hands, purple demon eyes, ghost shadow followers, etc. They are definitely not comparable, but the spirit hall definitely has its own self-created soul skills. A teacher from Shrek Academy could find out Tang San's self-created soul skills by touching his bones, which shows that there are actually not many self-created soul skills in the Soul Master world. After Qian Xuanji's demonstration and teaching, Ziyi quickly learned it. It was almost just Qian Xuanji's demonstration and guidance, and Ziyi learned it. Amazing! I actually learned it in one go. I learned it back then. Bibi Dong on the other side couldn't help but exclaim softly when she saw that Ziyi had learned it in one go. In the end, she almost revealed how long she had studied in the first place. Fortunately, Bibi Dong reacted in time and reached out to cover his mouth. She didn't want Ziyi to know how long it took her to learn. It's good to know. Although Xiao Yi's martial arts talent is far inferior to yours, his understanding is very strong. Coupled with the effect of the purifying mantra, it is normal for him to learn it in one go. In the future, with the blessing of your junior brother's purifying mantra, you will be able to learn it very quickly. Qiang Sunji couldn't help but smile when he saw Bibi Dong's appearance. He was also very satisfied with Ziyi's performance. At least compared to Ziyi's talent, he couldn't ask for too much, so his main focus was still on Bibi Dong, and teaching Ziyi was just incidental. Okay, you've finished reading, now it's time for you to practice yourself. Afterwards, Qian Xuanji urged Bibi Dong to practice. "Nu." Bibi Dong muttered, then Bibi Dong shouted to Ziyi, "Junior brother, give me a heart-purifying spell quickly." After previous soul power training and martial soul knowledge study, Bibi Dong had already deeply experienced the effect of Ziyi's assistance. "Since I feel that practicing all the time is a bit boring, I can just ask my junior brother to get a pure heart charm." The first soul skill, Heart Purifying Curse, that without any nonsense, Ziyi summoned a heart-purifying talisman and threw it towards Bibi Dong. Buzz. After the pure heart talisman hit Bibi Dong, it quickly turned into a stream of light and merged into Bibi Dong's body. Bibi Dong felt refreshed instantly. In the evening, after a whole day of practice, there was still a medicinal bath waiting for Ziyi to help the body recover and strengthen. Qian Xuanji didn't have time to personally teach Bibi Dong and Ziyi every day, so besides Qian Xuanji, there are other teachers who teach Ziyi and Bibi Dong. It's just that these teachers can only be regarded as teaching teachers. There is no such inheritance relationship. Among them, the one with the lowest soul power level is also a soul saint. The training after entering Wuhun Hall made Ziyi completely understand what luxury is. And this is how Ziyi started training in Wuhun Hall. During this period, Qian Xuanji also officially announced that he had accepted Ziyi as his disciple. After the branches of Wuhun Hall distributed throughout the Douluo continent received the news, almost the entire Douluo continent also knew the news. At first, everyone was curious as to what kind of genius Qiang Sunji had chosen this time. Was he as talented as Bibi Dong in innate soul power? Was his talent even better than Bibi Dong, etc.? But after they learned about it in detail, they were all shocked. The dean and teachers of Lusha Academy where Ziyi studied were also shocked. Is it Ziyi? How could Ziyi be accepted as a disciple by the Pope of Wuhun Palace? Why can't it be him? Innate soul power level 1, martial soul or talisman, who else could it be besides Ziyi? After being shocked, the dean and teachers of Lusha College also began to be proud of Ziyi, especially the head teacher who led Ziyi from grade 1 to grade 6 was extremely excited. "I didn't expect that boy to actually do it." Ziyi told him back then that he would make the college proud of him in the future, but he really didn't expect that Ziyi actually did it, and it was such an honor to suddenly become the disciple of the Pope of Wuhun Palace. "Lulu, do you know? Your former classmate named Ziyi has now become the disciple of the Pope of Wuhun Palace." By he, a member of the Haotian Zongmin clan who was responsible for intelligence work, also quickly learned the news. For a moment, he was also shocked, and then he called his daughter he first and told her the news. "Father, what did you say?" Bailu didn't understand what his father called him to do at first, but when he suddenly heard the words from his father's mouth, he was shocked and thought he had heard wrongly. "You heard it right, the boy Yuhua likes has now entered the Wuhun Palace and has become a disciple of Pope Qian Xuanji." When he saw his daughter's appearance, he smiled slightly and said immediately, when he just learned the news, he was also shocked. He admitted that he admired Ziyi very much and was grateful to Ziyi for solving the problem that the eldest daughter of their Haotian sect could not practice. But he never expected that Ziyi would be accepted as a disciple by the Pope of Wuhun Palace. As for the fact that Tang Yuehua fell in love with Ziyi, he had known about it for a long time. Ziyi was not brought back together, so he asked about the situation. His daughter Bailu didn't hide it from him, so he knew. After knowing this, he could understand why Tang Xiao didn't bring Ziyi back. "I can only feel regretful that someone like Ziyi cannot be brought back to the sect. How can this be?" After confirming that what his father said was true, Bailu opened his mouth wide and exclaimed that it was impossible. "This is simply unbelievable. I was just as shocked as you when I got the news, but it is undoubtedly true. Although we don't know why he was favored by the Pope of Wuhun Palace, there must be something else about him that we don't know. Otherwise, it is impossible for the Pope of Wuhun Palace to really accept an unqualified person as a disciple of." He once again confirmed the authenticity of the news, and then expressed his judgment. As a result, he regretted not being able to bring Ziyi back even more. He would bring the news to the sect master and the others later, and he didn't know what the sect master and the others would think later. Chapter 39 Hearing the News. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. What did you say? That boy has become the disciple of the Pope of Wuhun Palace. Why does that kid, Haotian sect hall, after listening to the news from Bibi, Tang Wei, the leader of the Haotian sect, and Tang Xiao and Tang Hao were all shocked and obviously stunned by the news. Tang Hao even yelled, he really didn't understand how that brat Ziyi fell in love with the Pope of Wuhun Palace. The little girl is already blind enough when she falls in love with him, but the Pope of Wuhun Palace is even more blind. Tang Hao originally admired Ziyi because Ziyi helped Tang Yuehua. After knowing Ziyi's talent, he admired him even more, not bad at being able to help his sister despite having such a bad talent, but everything changed after learning that Ziyi wanted to hit his sister. If Tang Xiao hadn't stopped him before, he would have had to go back and teach Ziyi a lesson, so now that he knew that Ziyi was attracted by Pope Qian Xuanji, he couldn't accept it. Why are you so mediocre in qualifications? It's really surprising, but since that kid can be favored by the Pope, there must be a reason. There must be some secrets in him, so he can be favored by the Pope. Tang Xiao was also very surprised, but he obviously would not yell like Tang Hao, but would just analyze it calmly. Snort. At this time, Tang Wei, the leader of the Haotian sect, snorted heavily, and then said with hidden anger, no matter what secrets he has, now that he has become a disciple of the Pope, it means that he chose Wuhun Palace instead of our Haotian sect. Tang Wei didn't see anything else, but he saw this all at once. This shows what? It shows that Ziyi has resentment towards Tang Yuehua and the others for leaving without saying goodbye. Yes. That kid chose the Spirit Hall instead of coming to our Haotian sect when he went to the Spirit Hall. How dare that kid? Fortunately, we didn't bring him back. He doesn't like my little sister at all, otherwise he should come to our Haotian sect. After Tang Hao heard his father's words, he reacted immediately, and then spoke out angrily. Now, he was even more unhappy with Ziyi. In his opinion, since Ziyi likes Tang Yuehua, he should come to Haotian sect. If he has any secrets with good potential, then just tell them. As long as Ziyi really has potential, such a person, even if he has potential, is not worthy of liking his sister. As for the matter of Ziyi and Tang Yuehua, they finally failed to hide it from their father after they came back, so Tang Hao now spoke out without any scruples. In addition to Tang Hao, the expressions of Tang Xiao and Bibi also changed slightly. Tang Wei's words also made them react. Ziyi gave up Haotian sect and chose Wuhun Palace. Hateful. If I had known this earlier, I shouldn't have given him the soul bone, in the first place. Tang Xiao couldn't help but clenched his fists and snorted angrily. In fact, if he could, he even wanted to say that he should have gotten rid of Ziyi if he had known about it earlier. It's just that he really didn't want to break his little sister's heart. No matter what, he is still kind to our Haotian sect. Now even if he chooses Wuhun Palace, it is still his choice. Only he said something fair at this time, because no matter what, Haotian sect has made money. A mere piece of 2,000-year-old soul bone cannot equal Ziyi's kindness to the Haotian sect. Uncle. When Tang Hao heard Bibi's words, he was immediately dissatisfied, but Bibi's words were true, making it difficult for him to refute. All right. Let this matter end here. Whether he really has potential or not has nothing to do with us now. Don't let Yuan know about this matter for the time being. In the end, Tang Wei made the final conclusion while suppressing his voice. Yes, father. I know, brother-in-law. Tang Xiao, Tang Hao and Bibi responded together. It's just that Bibi's expression is a little subtle. His daughter already knows about this, and now she doesn't know if she has gone to Tang Yuehua to tell him. If so, Tang Wei's idea has come to nothing. What? Cousin, are you telling the truth? Ziyi has become the disciple of the Pope of Wuhun Palace. Obviously Bibi's guess was confirmed. At this time, Bibi had indeed found Tang Yuehua and told her the news. Yeah, you don't know how shocked I was when I heard the news. I didn't expect that boy to be so capable. The egret replied affirmatively, and was amazed at the same time. If it's him, there's nothing strange about it. Ziyi is already very powerful. After Tang Yuehua was initially surprised, he smiled when he heard Egret's words. She seemed to have an inexplicable confidence in Ziyi. it was precisely because of this that she had the courage to attack Ziyi. It's a pity that her elder brother saw through it in the end, otherwise she would still be able to secretly be with Ziyi now. Egret couldn't help but roll her eyes at Tang Yuehua when he heard this. Since you believe him so much, why didn't you write to him in the first place? After hearing her cousin's words, Tang Yuehua's expression suddenly changed. She did want to write to Ziyi at the beginning, but she was afraid that the matter would be exposed and eventually hurt Ziyi, so she finally held back. Unlike the egret, she doesn't need to worry so much. Even if she was exposed, the sect would probably turn a blind eye to Bailu's behavior, but she couldn't. Okay, let's not talk about this anymore. Seeing Tang Yuehua's appearance, Bailu quickly stopped. Anyway, she felt that no matter what she said, it was meaningless. Ziyi had now become the disciple of the Pope of Wuhun Palace, so there would be nothing more between Tang Yuehua and Ziyi. Haotian sect and Wuhun Palace have never been able to deal with it. Egret glanced at her quietly, not sure if her cousin realized this. She didn't see it from Tang Yuehua's expression, but she wouldn't take the initiative to remind Tang Yuehua. Now that Tang Yuehua's cultivation is entering a stage of rapid growth, it's better not to talk about things like this that will seriously affect her mood. Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus sect. At this time, a kid was also in disbelief after learning the news that Ziyi had been accepted as a disciple by the Pope of Wuhun Palace. With the same innate level 1 soul power as me, why should he? That Yu Xiaojiang found it difficult to understand. Isn't level 1 innate soul power useless? Moreover, the opponent actually reached level 14 at the age of 13. How did he do it? He is now 8 years old, and his soul power level is only level 4 after hard work in cultivation and the sect's resources. Give him another 5 years, and it will be good if he can break through level 10. P.S. Yu Xiaojiang is 1 year younger than Bibi Dong. The author has translated the original text. As for Yu Xiaojiang's 0.5 level, my setting was made by Yu Xiaojiang himself later. There is no such thing as half level in Douluo continent. Chapter 40 Plant Classroom. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Yo. You are Ziyi, right? The Pope's new disciple, that the one who came to give Ziyi and Bibi Dong cultural lessons that day was actually DouluoDalu. The first time DouluoDalu arrived, he looked at Ziyi. He was also very curious about the Pope's new disciple. While speaking, DouluoDalu looked around Ziyi carefully without being polite at all. Other than being a little handsome, I don't see anything special about him. Our little Dong is cuter. After observing Ziyi for a while, DouluoDalu quickly made an evaluation. Ziyi was speechless, but he had to admit that Bibi Dong was still very cute at this time. Moreover, DouluoDalu actually called Bibi Dong Ziyadongdong. Ziyi really wanted to ask the future domineering Pope Bibi Dong, did you know that DouluoDalu called you that? Ziyi also had to admire DouluoDalu's courage to call Bibi Dong that way. Hello teacher. Just now, DouluoDalu was busy and Ziyi was too embarrassed to interrupt him. Now seeing the other person stop, Ziyi quickly said hello to DouluoDalu. At this time, DouluoDalu was not a title Douluo, but just a soul Douluo. Moreover, it was the first time for Ziyi to meet him, so he could just call him teacher. Hello, teacher Yueguan. Bibi Dong also called out politely. Okay, I'll teach you guys a lesson now. DouluoDalu smiled and didn't care, and then started his teaching. Little guy, just call me teacher Yueguan like Xiao Dong. This is my martial spirit, called Chirong Tong Tianju. As DouluoDalu spoke, he also summoned his martial spirit, and a golden and strange velvet-toothing chrysanthemum bloomed in front of Ziyi and Bibi Dong. The course I'm teaching you today is a little different. You should know that in the soul world, in addition to soul rings and soul bones, there are some other treasures. The ones I want to teach you are some flowers and plants. Because of my martial spirit, I can know all the plants in the world and their characteristics and functions. Many plants are helpful to us soul masters and even ordinary people. Know them and you can use them when you are out in need. DouluoDalu introduced his martial spirit and also told the course he was going to teach. Do you know plants? Is this any different from a plant soul beast? Hearing this, Bibi Dong immediately asked curiously. Ziyi was also a little surprised. He didn't expect DouluoDalu to actually teach them about flowers and plants. At the same time, Ziyi finally understood why DouluoDalu knew so much about the immortal herbs in the original work. It turns out that everything is because of DouluoDalu's martial spirit. His martial spirit can identify treasures just like the 7-treasure glazed tile pagoda. It's just that the Qibao glazed pagoda identifies treasures such as gemstones and minerals, while DouluoDalu's Qibao Tongtian Ju identifies flowers and plants. Moreover, DouluoDalu's identification ability seems to be more advanced than that of the 7 treasures glazed tile pagoda. The 7 treasures glazed tile pagoda can only identify the value of a treasure, but its specific function is not clear. DouluoDalu is good, he even knows the medicinal effects of flowers and plants. This is simply a treasure hunt, but it's a pity that DouluoDalu didn't seem to make good use of it, or DouluoDalu's luck was too bad and he never encountered truly top-quality flowers and plants. It is the so-called fairy grass. Of course, fairy grass is the definition Tang San gave them. From DouluoDalu, he only knew that certain flowers and plants were the king of flowers. Of course it's different. Not all plants can become soul beasts. Only soul beasts with soul power can become plant soul beasts. It's just like us humans, not all humans can become soul masters. Of course, animals too. Only the offspring of those powerful races can have soul power. We humans are the same in this regard. The offspring of powerful parents must also have the qualifications to become soul masters. Okay, let's get back to plants and plant soul beasts. If the plant soul beast that becomes a soul beast originally has medicinal value, then it will also have medicinal value after becoming a soul beast, and the medicinal effect will be stronger and better. It's just plants that have become soul beasts. If we want to get them, we must defeat them and kill them first. Let's get to know this herb first. After DouluoDalu explained, the class started directly. Moreover, DouluoDalu's teaching method is also very effective. DouluoDalu can actually use his own martial arts to change them, making them look like the flowers and plants that DouluoDalu is teaching. This can give Ziyi and Bibi Dong a more intuitive feeling. Anyway, Ziyi enjoyed learning a lot, and DouluoDalu only selected a few common and useful ones for Ziyi and Bibi Dong to get to know first. It stops bleeding, detoxifies, and even quenches thirst. Teacher Yueguan, are there any precious flowers and plants on Douluo continent? I have read some biographies. Some soul masters have improved in strength after eating unknown flowers, plants and fruits. Either the quality of their soul rings has improved, or their martial souls have evolved. Teacher Yueguan, do such magical flowers and plants really exist? After DouluoDalu imparted knowledge about several flowers and plants, Ziyi raised his hand and asked DouluoDalu. He wanted to know if DouluoDalu knew that those fairy grasses could actually evolve martial spirits. Little guy, it seems that you are also very interested in flowers and plants. DouluoDalu's eyes suddenly lit up when he saw Ziyi asking questions. Yeah, I think Teacher Yueguan's martial arts is very powerful. It would be great if I could easily recognize all the flowers and plants. Ziyi nodded quickly when he heard this. Ziyi planned to see if he could get to know those fairy grasses at DouluoDalu. Of course, what DouluoDalu calls it is the best medicinal herb. Ziyi was planning to find the ice and fire eyes, so he naturally didn't want to let go of those immortal herbs, but except for the 2 immortal grasses of ice and fire and the martial spirit of Douluo in front of him, Ziyi was not very impressed by the others, but it would be great if he could recognize them from Douluo. That way, Ziyi would know which herbs are poisonous and which require special picking methods. Otherwise, except for the 2 ice and fire fairy grasses, Ziyi really didn't dare to touch other fairy grasses easily. This is not easy. If you like it, little guy, I will just teach you everything I know. I'm afraid you're not interested. DouluoDalu suddenly laughed when he heard Ziyi's words.